She said, "Your best friend treats me better than you. Maybe I chose wrong." I never thought the woman I loved would look me dead in the eyes and tell me she might have chosen the wrong man. But that's exactly what happened. She said the words slowly, deliberately, like she wanted each one to hit me where it hurt most. "Your best friend treats me better than you. Maybe I chose wrong." I swear, I felt my heart physically stop for a moment. I've been with Emma for almost 6 years. We met in college, cliché as it sounds, at a campus coffee shop. She was all sharp wit and messy hair, and I was the quiet guy who sat in the corner pretending to read, but secretly watching her doodle in her notebook. Somehow, against all odds, she agreed to go out with me. And for years, I thought I was the luckiest man alive. My best friend, Jason, has been in my life since high school. We survived puberty, heartbreaks, and too many stupid teenage mistakes together. He was the loud, confident one, the guy who could walk into any room and instantly make friends. I was the opposite, reserved, careful, maybe even boring by comparison. But Jason never made me feel less than. If anything, he always lifted me up. When Emma and I got serious, naturally, she got to know Jason too. At first, I loved how well they clicked. It felt safe, like the two people I trusted most also trusted each other. I thought it was the best-case scenario. I had no idea how wrong I was. The first time I noticed something off was at a party. Jason had organized a small get-together, and Emma spent almost the entire night laughing with him in the kitchen. Not the polite kind of laughter either, the full-body, can't-breathe kind of laughter that used to be reserved for me. I brushed it off. Jason's funny, Emma's social, of course they'd get along. But then it kept happening. Emma started texting Jason more often. At first, it was group chat stuff, but then I'd see her giggling at her phone, and when I asked what was so funny, she'd say, "Oh, just Jason. He's so ridiculous." It stung, but I told myself not to be jealous. I wanted to be the kind of boyfriend who trusted, the kind of man who didn't let insecurity eat him alive. But deep down, I felt it, something shifting. The breaking point came one night during an argument.
Emma and I were fighting about something stupid. Dishes, I think. It wasn't even a serious fight, just the kind of bickering long-term couples fall into. But then, out of nowhere, she snapped, "You know what? Your best friend treats me better than you do. Maybe I chose wrong." I froze. She said it so casually, like she'd been thinking it for a long time. Like it wasn't even meant to be cruel, just honest. I remember staring at her, searching her face for some sign that she regretted it, that she'd take it back, but she didn't. She just crossed her arms and looked at me like I was the one being unreasonable. That night, I barely slept. My brain was on fire, replaying those words over and over. "Your best friend treats me better than you. Maybe I chose wrong." Was she right? Was Jason a better man than me? Had she secretly wanted him this whole time? Once those words were out there, I couldn't unhear them. Every interaction between Emma and Jason suddenly felt suspicious. The way she lit up when his name popped up on her phone. The way he hugged her goodbye just a little longer than necessary. The way she defended him whenever I mentioned feeling uncomfortable. I confronted her once. I asked point blank if she had feelings for Jason. She rolled her eyes. "Don't be ridiculous. He's your best friend. I would never." But the way she said it, dismissive, annoyed, didn't soothe me. If anything, it made me more suspicious. I started noticing patterns. She'd forget to tell me when she was hanging out with him. She'd come home smiling after grabbing coffee just to catch up. And when I asked why she needed to see him so often, she'd snap, "Because he actually listens to me." That line cut almost as deep as the first one. One night, I couldn't take it anymore. Emma said she was going to the gym, but something in my gut screamed otherwise. So I followed her. Yes, I know how that sounds. Pathetic. Creepy. But when the person you love drops a bomb like, "Maybe I chose wrong," you start losing pieces of yourself. She didn't go to the gym. She drove to a little Italian restaurant downtown, the kind of place you only go for a date night. And there he was, Jason, my best friend. They sat across from each other, leaning in close, laughing like they were the only two people in the world. I sat in my car, gripping the steering wheel so hard my knuckles went white. Part of me wanted to storm in and cause a scene. Part of me wanted to drive away and pretend I never saw it. But I stayed. I watched them share a bottle of wine. I watched Jason reach across the table and touch her hand. I watched Emma let him. That was the moment something inside me broke. After that night, I couldn't look at either of them the same. But instead of confronting them, I decided to play the long game. If Emma thought Jason treated her better, I'd let her find out just how wrong she was. I started pulling away emotionally. Not enough to make her suspicious, but enough to create space. I acted normal, smiled, played the loving boyfriend. Meanwhile, I was gathering evidence, texts, photos, little inconsistencies in her stories. And Jason, oh Jason, my best friend. I let him think he was getting away with it. I still hung out with him, still laughed at his jokes, still played the role of loyal sidekick. All the while, I was memorizing every lie he told. Honestly, even writing this out is harder than I thought. Reliving all those moments feels like reopening an old wound. If you're still here listening to me pour this out, it really does mean a lot. And hey, if you want to keep hearing stories like this, it helps more than you know if you hit that like button and subscribe. It's the only way I can keep sharing these confessions with you. Back to story. 3 months later, I set the trap. It was my birthday weekend. Emma had planned a surprise dinner party at our place, inviting a bunch of friends, including Jason. Perfect. Midway through the night, when the drinks were flowing and everyone was relaxed, I stood up to give a little speech. People expected the usual thank you speech, but instead I pulled out my phone and connected it to the TV. One by one, I displayed screenshots of Emma and Jason's texts. Flirty messages, inside jokes, late-night "I miss you" texts, plans to meet behind my back. And then the dagger. A selfie of the two of them in Jason's car, his hand on her thigh. The room went dead silent. Emma went pale. Jason tried to speak, but I cut him off. Save it. Everyone can see exactly what kind of people you are. The betrayal was undeniable. The tension was suffocating. Emma burst into tears, begging me to let her explain. Jason stammered about misunderstandings. I didn't want to hear it. I told Emma to pack her things and leave that night. No discussion. No second chances. As for Jason, I looked him dead in the eyes and said, "You were my brother, and you threw it away for her. Don't ever contact me again." He tried to apologize, but I walked away. For the first time in my life, I didn't feel like the quiet, reserved one. I felt powerful. And let me tell you, the silence that followed was the sweetest revenge I've ever tasted. It's been 6 months since that night. Emma tried reaching out a few times, calls, texts, even showing up at my work once. I didn't respond. She's out of my life for good. Jason, he's dead to me. From what I've heard, things between him and Emma didn't last long. Shocking, right? Two people who build something on lies end up crumbling. Who could have predicted that? I won't lie, sometimes I still hear those words in my head. Your best friend treats me better than you. Maybe I chose wrong. But now, instead of breaking me, they remind me of how much stronger I've become. I didn't choose wrong. She did. Honestly, even typing this out is hard. Reliving the betrayal, the heartbreak, it still feels raw. But if you're still here with me, if you've made it this far, it really helps if you like this video and subscribe. Your support keeps stories like this alive, and it reminds me I'm not alone in this. I used to think the worst thing that could happen was losing the woman I loved. But I've learned that the real betrayal was losing myself, doubting my worth, questioning if I was enough. Now, I know I am. Emma may have chosen wrong, but I chose right when I finally chose myself.
I used to think the worst thing that could happen was losing the woman I loved. But I've learned that the real betrayal was losing myself, doubting my worth, questioning if I was enough. Now, I know I am. Emma may have chosen wrong, but I chose right when I finally chose myself. And to anyone reading this who feels that creeping doubt, who feels their partner slipping away into the arms of someone else, trust your gut. Don't ignore the red flags. Don't let anyone convince you that your worth depends on their attention. Because sometimes, the greatest revenge isn't a big dramatic scene. It's simply walking away. If you stayed with me through this whole story, I just want to say thank you. This channel only exists because of people like you who listen, relate, and share their own voices. Every like and subscription tells me I'm not alone in this, and neither are you. So if you've ever been betrayed, broken, or had to rebuild from nothing, hit that subscribe button. Let's grow this community together, one story at a time.